Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nick here. And well, if you saw the video title, you're probably wondering if you should buy a PSP in 2025. Well, it's a pretty simple question. But see, my PSP here, picked it up for $30 locally on Facebook Marketplace, and it came with a whole bunch of games. It came with FIFA 8, Battlefront 2, Ridge Racer, NBA 8, and Daxter, all mostly top tier games. And guys, I grinded these games for months. This was probably the most fun I ever had with the video games. But then one day, I realized I wanted like Lego Star Wars, and I realized it costed like $30 for an ancient game. So what I decided to do, I jailbroke it. Check out all of these games I installed for free now that the console's pretty much offline. Yeah, and this pretty much opened the console up to many opportunities. I can emulate games, use homebrew, get free games, play Geometry Dash, and also, not just that, I can also back up my games like Battlefront 2, which I had physical, and I can convert PS1 games. And of course I have custom themes. Yeah, you thought that this was official? Mario on a PSP? Not on a PlayStation. Yeah, guys. And I got Portal on it. And yeah, guys, you can also overclock to get like better speeds. Yeah, you can emulate on this. I have Game Boy, lots of Game Boy Advance. That's pretty much where this console tops out. So yeah, that's mainly what I used to play before I found out how to convert PS1 games. I have ROM hacks. Yeah, unless you overclock, you can play N64. I have Nintendo. I have Sega, which really lag. And Super Nintendo games are pretty much unplayable, unless it's something like Frogger. As you can see, F-Zero is just plain awful. It runs in slow motion the whole time. It's pretty much unplayable. And when running those more demanding games, most of the time when you try going to the home menu, it just crashes. You have to reboot, run the jailbreak all over again. So, I would not suggest the PlayStation Portable for emulating Super Nintendo, which is pretty disappointing because even like a $30 emulation console can run that. Although for $30, I'm surprised that the disk drive works. The only thing sort of wrong with this is that, well, it has kind of water damage on the screen. And every time you crash, you have to load up Pro C custom firmware again for your games to actually run. Otherwise, they just give you an error message. You just run some suspicious hacker panels, and, well, it just reboots and works like that. Well, after it's all loaded back up, you can just go back to playing your games. It's really cool how there's actual native playback of PS1 games. You know, ignore the Chicken Run game, but yeah. You can pretty much play any of these games at 60 FPS. And the PlayStation screen will come up when you load up a PS1 game. As you can see, when you can play the PS1 games, no emulation needed because it has a similar CPU architecture. And if there's some troubleshooting is needed, you have a plethora of options over here. You can change your screen type to normal. You can zoom in, do full screen. And then you just wait. And now it can be zoomed in. Although I wouldn't suggest this way because you lose a lot of the UI. And I'd rather play it in a 1:1 aspect ratio. Yeah, the PS1's a pretty good system to have native playback on. Leave in the comments what your favorite PS1 game is. And I'd like to give a special thanks to LEGO Star Wars, the original trilogy, for encouraging me to do this project and to get the most out of my PlayStation Portable. Full media playback, web browsing, free games, emulation, PS1, much more. You can now even connect to the Wi-Fi and play online again. And well guys, that's the tour of my PSP. Just look at this library one more time though. It's massive, that's what it is. Be sure to like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.